Okay, so in a recent episode of Reflections Tuesday with Pastor Agunloye, he made a point. He made a point that I think many Christians gloss over or choose to ignore nowadays. He drew from the account of Moses striking the rock twice in Numbers 20. You remember that? And also an account from his own secondary school days. And I wanted to listen to it and tell us what you think.
Struck the rock, water gushed out, and the people drank and were revived. But the very action that brought revival to others killed Moses. Actually, what he did brought results, but it did not please God. In fact, that was the termination of his ministry. That was the termination of his life. That was the termination of his journey. He could not get to his destination. Even though he got results, it did not please God. It is not everything you do that brings results that pleases God. So don't judge by results and say, but it brought results. When I prayed for her, she received healing and this and that. God is interested in the means and the result. It's not just the end that justifies the means. It is actually the means and the end that God is interested in. So you should not ignore the means that you get something done. I remember the brother, when one of us in the secondary school was backsliding, she began to misbehave. She began to follow the world and was no longer following Christ. And then this brother, because he had always told her dreams that had always come to pass, he went to tell her, see the dream that I dreamt again. If you do not return to Christ, see what will happen to you, see what will happen to you. And because the sister knew that his dream was usually real and correct, she feared and returned to the fellowship. And it was now a testimony that I told her a false dream and it restored her. But that did not please God. God cannot say, this is my beloved son. So you are striking the rock twice. And though you are getting water, you are getting results, but you are not pleasing God. And God cannot say, this is my beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased. You cannot abide in his presence, and you are not walking in the new and living way.
Fascinating indeed. You are not walking the new and living way if you ignore the godliness, the righteousness of your means and methods and focus merely on the result and the outcome. This verse comes to mind, from Matthew 7:22. Many will say to me in that day, this is our Lord speaking, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? See, fantastic outcomes and results. But then verse 23, but I will reply, I never knew you, get away from me. You will break God's law. So can you think of any examples, contemporary examples of how Christians ignore means and methods and rather focus on fantastic outcomes and results? Share with us in the comment section and join us on Tuesday mornings at 7 a.m. for Reflections Tuesday with Pastor Agunloye on Gospel Bells Radio.com. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you. God bless you. Really good.